What's going on, everybody? So listen, I want to show you some of the web apps that I've been developing using AI. Now, all these apps that you see on this page here, I used AI to develop them, and it was created in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to go through some of them so you can see what it looks like. For example, here we have the interactive budget planner. Right? So this was all AI generated. I gave the AI a prompt and then it gave me this web app. As you can see here, so this is a web app. So a web app is a combination of it's like a website, an interactive website, and an app functionality, except you don't have to download the app, right? So these are all web apps that you can start creating, start monetizing, and start selling it, right? So I'm going to go through each one of them, not each one of them, but I'm going to show you the most important one. For example, here, the app valuation tool. This is another web app that I created that estimates the market value for your web app. So for example, here, see, I created a web app called YouTube Thumbnail Grabber, and then I rated it, I gave it I scored it, and then it gave me an estimate market value for the web app that I created. So these are some ideas that you can start implementing, that you can start creating with AI. Now listen, you don't have to be a web developer. You don't have to have any technical skills, any background in coding and web developing. This is all AI. AI is doing the heavy lifting for you. Now, I want to show you what platforms to use. This is one of the platforms, Manus AI. Another platform that you can use is Lovable AI. GenSpark AI, this is the first one. This is Lovable AI, and then this is Manus AI. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a demo. I'm going to show you a demo live so you can see the power on leveraging AI and how you can leverage AI to create different types of apps, right? Web apps. So for example here, right, what else do we have? So we have the web app, right? So we have this here. This is the one that estimates the potential market value for your web app. So for example, all you got to do, you just got to give it a description, right? So give it a description of your app, right? For example, I'm just going to reset all the information here. Okay, so the information is, okay. So for example, what kind of app are you trying to build, right? So I'm going to give you an example of an app that I want to build, right? So let's say I want to build, I'm going to copy and paste this, right? Because listen, this is what we're going to be doing, right? I'm going to create a book, right? Here's the book that I'm going to create. It's called Monetizing Web Apps. And I'm going to give you 30 prompt ideas that you can just copy and paste. And it's going to give you a functioning web app that you can sell, that you can monetize, that you can use on your business. So this is the book that I'm creating. Stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that button because this is what's coming up, right? Because I'm going to show you how to leverage AI to create all these tools. So describe your app. So I'm going to describe my app. This is my app, right? It's I'm going to create a web app that helps people build a vocabulary. So now here I can rate it in terms of, okay, how do you think the design is going to look like, the usability, the UI, right? So you just go through it here and then you hit calculate valuation. And once you hit calculate valuation, it's going to give you a valuation. Matter of fact, you can even change it, right? So let's say, is it practical, right? So whether it solves a common need or streamlines everyday process. So let's say, it's not solving, right? Let's put it at 7, right? A 7, and then the pain point. So how serious or urgent the customer problem is that your app solves, right? So let's say it's a 5, right? It's a 5, and then when I hit calculate valuation, there we go. So it's giving me a potential estimate value of my app, of the app that you're trying to see. Your estimate value is $55,500. That's how much, that's the estimate, that's the potential of your web app, right? And then it also gives you a detailed report in terms of, now remember, I created this app. So what you're seeing here, I created this app here, right? This app, it's called a web app valuation calculator. I created this all using AI, no coding skill, no tech background skill. I'm not a coder, I'm not a web developer, and this is what I was able to create. Now, I will show you how I actually created this. So I just want to go through this quickly, right? Here we go. It gives you an estimate. It actually gives you some detailed description, overview of your app, right? So it tells you the summary, and then look at this. It gives you an insight. So it tells you expected time to market, how long it will take for you to launch your app, right? And then it gives you the recommended pricing model. So you can do premium and an app. So this is all AI generated, right? So I use AI. Now, this is where prompting comes in. As I said, I am putting together a book, right? This is the book that I'm going to be creating. It's called Monetizing Web Apps. And I'm going to have 30 prompts that you can just copy and paste. So for example, all right, let's copy and paste this, right? So let's go back to one of the prompts, because a prompt is just an instruction, right? It's what you want the AI to create. Now, a lot of people, they don't know what to create. So that's why I'm going to be creating this book called Web App Monetization, right? 30 prompts idea that you can just copy and paste. All you got to do is just copy and paste it. So let's say, for example, I copy this prompt, right? And then I'm going to go to one of the AI platforms. So we're going to use GenSpark AI. And then I'm going to hit paste. Right? So that's all you're doing. Copy and pasting, and you're creating web apps that you can monetize, that you can sell, that you can use for your own business, that you can run, or that you can create different types of monetization tools. Now watch this. Once I hit enter, submit, right? Because right now what we're doing is we're creating a standalone, or we're creating a web app focusing on helping beginners build vocabulary in new languages, right? So, and then we're giving it instruction in terms of what we want. Okay, so we hit submit. Right? And this is the power of AI. So now the AI is creating the app for us. It's building the app, right? In less than 5 minutes, you're going to see a functioning web app that you can sell, that you can monetize, that you can, right? You can sell it to your customers, right? Now, there's different monetization strategy. As I said, that's why I'm putting together this book. Very important book, Monetizing Web Apps. And all you're doing is you're copying and pasting the prompts, right? Because the prompt is the instruction. So let me go back here to our video, to our main, all these web apps you see here, I created it using AI, right? Each one of them, look at that, right? Okay, this is the AI generator, look at this, right? Let me show you this right here, YouTube thumbnail creator. So this here, this web app, it creates, or it grabs YouTube thumbnails. So let me click on it, for example, here. Let me exit the budget here because I don't want to have too many pages. Okay, so the YouTube thumbnail download. So all you got to do is, now remember, I use AI to create this web app. I'm not a coder. I didn't code anything. I'm not a web developer. I'm not a graphic designer. All I did was I gave it a prompt. The same way we're giving it a prompt right now, right? It's the same way I created this YouTube thumbnail grabber. So all I have to do is I just need to grab I just need to grab one of the links, right? So for example, let's say I grab this link here because I already have it, right? Let's see here. Let me go back here, right? So okay, let me just click on it. Okay, right? So I'm gonna grab that link, right? Let me see here to our YouTube thumbnail. Okay, so all I gotta do is just paste it. Oh no, that's not it. That is not it. That is not it. That is not what I wanted to paste. Okay, so let me paste. Okay, so here it is, right? Because I already saved this. So if I click get thumbnail, it's gonna grab one of the thumbnails. You see? So here, this is one of the thumbnails that it grabbed. Okay, let's see another thumbnail. Right? So for example, here, let's grab this thumbnail here. Right? Here's another thumbnail. Right? So that's all it does. You grab a thumbnail. Now, usually you will use this. Let's say, for example, you wanted to use ChatGPT. Say you wanted to use ChatGPT to create a similar thumbnail, right? You download it and then you give it to ChatGPT and you tell ChatGPT, hey, can you create a similar thumbnail than this thumbnail? So this is the functionality of this app here. So let me use one of the thumbnails that I actually use for my business, right? For my own website. So let me just find it because I want to show you how this works. Okay, where's the thumbnail? Okay, here it is. So I'm gonna copy this right here, right? Now this is, like I said, instead of wasting time on, watching, I don't know what you're watching, you can start creating web apps and start monetizing on it. So let me go back here, right? Where's our YouTube thumbnail? Okay, let me minimize that. Okay, I'm gonna remove this. Okay, there we go. That's one of my thumbnails. Okay, there you go. Thumbnail 6, there we go. So that's one of my thumbnails over here. And then I can just download it, right? So if I click download, boom, it's downloaded. So now I can take this thumbnail, I can go on ChatGPT if I want to replicate it, if I want to duplicate it, if I want to get if I want to be inspired from this thumbnail and create something similar, that's what it is. So this is This is what you can do with AI. You can leverage AI to create different types of tools. Now, let's go back to our video, to what we were creating. Okay, so let's see here. It's still going. Okay, so okay, there we go. So here is our. Okay, let me just move my screen here so you can see it. Right. This is all copy and paste. That's all it is. Copy and paste. Right. So now we have our web app ready to go. So here's your web app here. Okay, let me move this at the bottom here so you can see it better. Okay, we'll move that. So okay, let's go English to Spanish. All right, and then you can choose the game. So look at that, copy and paste. Right, all I did was, remember, I copied and pasted the web app. Right, here's what I copied and pasted. I copied this and then I just put it in one of these AI generating AI platforms. So this is GenSpark. So you have GenSpark. You have Lovable, right? And then you have Menace AI. Okay. So now let me use another. Let's use another web app idea. So let's say what we're going to create. We're going to create a random name picker. Okay. So let's create this. Copy and paste. That's all it is. That's the book that I'm creating. Copy and paste, right? Monetizing web app. 30 prompts idea. You can copy and paste. In this book, I'm going to have 30 prompts idea, right? And these prompts are going to be based on different categories, right? So we're going to have our business web apps. There's going to be 10 of them. You're going to have your consumer web apps. There's going to be 10 of them. And then you're going to have your educational web apps. It's also going to be 10 of them. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'm going to leave the link to this website. I'm going to leave the link to my website, this website showcase. I'm going to leave it below so you can play around, so you can test, so you can click on each one of these web apps so you can see what you can create. Because I created all this. Every one of these web apps, I created it using AI. These are all AI created, right? All prompt. So you have to know how to prompt it. So now this is where I come in. I'm creating a book where I'm giving you all the prompts that I've used. So now you don't have to guess. So you're removing the guesswork out of it, right? I'm giving you all the prompts that I use for every one of this, right? So for example, let's say you want to create a Book Connect community, right? Here we go right here. So this is a Book Connect community. Now there's a prompt that I use for this, right? So you have to know what prompt it was, right? So this is the Book Connect community, right? This is what it looks like, okay? There's another one, okay? Let's remove this, okay? Let me show you another one. Where is it? There was another one that I used, Book Connect, okay, book sharing community. Oh, there it is right here, right? So these are all prompts. I didn't build anything, right? I did not write any line of code. The AI generated all the prompts. The AI created the land. Everything you see here, AI created it, right? So, for example, let's say if I go more detail, view detail, it's going to give you the detail. So this is all prompts. So this is what I'm doing. I'm creating a book, an ebook. I'm going to leave the link below. Actually, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so that way you can. Now, let me see if I can create something in less than 2 minutes here. Is it possible? So let me go copy and paste. I don't know if it's going to be possible because I have less than 2 minutes to do this. So let's see, right? Because I'm running out of time because I wanted to keep this video under 50. So let's see what we're going to create here. So 2 minutes. You think the AI is going to be able to create something in 2 minutes? Let's see. So this is Lovable AI, right? And then we have GenSpark AI, Menace AI. All this here. See, every one of these apps that I created, web app, I used AI to generate it. No coding skills, no graphic skills, just prompt. You use a prompt, you command, your instruction, you give it to the AI, and then the AI puts together, it codes it on your behalf. It does all the leveraging, all the heavy lifting. So I'm going to leave the link below. As I said, these are all the web apps that I've used, that I've created, right? There's the trivia game, right? So I'm just going to go through it quickly. So this is a trivia game. What else? The nutritional facts simulator, right? All AI, right? Look at that, nutritional facts, right? You select what you want, okay? And then what else is here, right? We did that. We did the, let's go here. The language app, right? This is the language app right here. Okay, listen, I'm going to end the video here. Make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for the book.